Gamers and gentlefolk, hello and welcome to another broadcast of the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm going to be your host, The Sound, and this evening we are bringing a Division E matchup. This is Week 10, the last week of normal play for most divisions. I think Division E might have one more week left to go. And tonight's match is between really aggro Ghoul elites and Out of Pocket. This is a double round robin division, and so there is no coin toss, and that also means that this is the second time that these teams are meeting against one another. Their first matchup went the way of really aggro Ghoul elites in a 2-0, and I'm sure the fine folks over at Out of Pocket would love to turn that around in this outing. There are some playoff standing implications for this match, so let's take a look at the division standings here. As we can see, really aggro Ghoul elites are in the third position currently. A domination tonight and a domination in their next match could vault them over Community Pizza and give them the second seed in the playoffs. So there are still things to play for this evening. Still very much a game that matters. Let's take a look at our map bans and the battleground we'll be headed to. Once again, because this is a round robin, there was no coin toss. The home team just automatically wins the coin toss. So really aggro Ghoul elites opted for map pick, and they banned Dragonshire and Tomb, with Out of Pocket responding with Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom bans. So we are headed to Volskaya Foundry for our first go. And these teams have already gotten set up in the lobby, so we should be off and running pretty shortly here. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. I'm sure the teams are excited to have you guys here to cheer them on. Feel free to send your well-wishing in chat. Really aggro Ghoul elites are part of the Rage esports org. They've got, I think, 2 other teams in separate divisions. So that is pretty cool to see a organization getting pretty involved with our little league. Always exciting to have as many participants as possible. Looks like we're getting the count in here, so we should be off to the races in just a second. We can take a look at our first set of bands. Great. So with map pick going over to the home team, Out of Pocket are going to have the opportunity for first pick, first ban, etc. I'll be interested to see what the meta priority is in Div E. I imagine it will be a little more targeted. Stukov first ban, a strong healer on the point, able to protect a lot of area with his silencing pool. Not too surprising to see it banned away. And a Deathwing. I have to assume that is a target ban this late in the season. There's lots of scouting data available. Followed up with a Brightwing ban. No dragons to be had on either side. And last, we have our Li Ning ban. So out of pocket, we'll see what their priority pick is. If they've got a generalist approach in the beginning here, or perhaps they will snag away their favorite assassin. It looks like it's going to be a Vala first pick. One of the more common range damage dealers. Holy cannoli, that was so fast. Johanna, Anduin, the response. A powerful duo. And a good couple of picks into that Vala. With both tank and healer secured for Rage, I think out of pocket would do well to secure theirs here. And they're going to opt for Tyrande. And Muradin, alright. We could see a double support comp from out of pocket here. That's often what I think of when I see Tyrande, but Tyrande does plenty of healing just by herself. Next ban here, likely to be onto an offlaner for Ghoul Elites. And it will be that Diva ban. Her self-destruct, a great zoning tool for the point. Though not necessarily as meta a pick. Likely, once again, working on these, on the scouting information, the targeted bans coming out here. And it's going to be Kael'thas banned from out of pocket. Next two picks here, they'll need an offlaner as well as... Okay, it's going to be Leoric, as well as some damage dealers. Leoric picked and Zul'jin. Alright, kind of a Volskaya special. If you lose the objective, that just gives your Zul'jin more to stack on. And the Leoric pick kind of protects the Johanna pick, as Leo is actually pretty strong into Jo. Her Unstoppable does not prevent her from being entombed there. Not a bad choice. Last two picks for out of pocket. Likely to be a damage... Ooh! It's going to be Stitches and Tychus. Okay. So I would expect Stitches for the offlane. Not the most common selection, but he's got decent wave clear. And brings a lot of beef. So pretty exciting. Last pick here, likely to be another damage dealer, but could be another support. Kind of leaning on the Zul'jin. It's going to be Gul'dan. Excellent. So let's take a look at these two drafts for our first game on Volskaya. Jo, Anduin, Leo. Not bad. The Tyrande will put a lot of pressure onto the front line of Rage, and they've got a lot of follow-up CC between Muradin and Stitches. So I think Out of Pocket have a pretty solid game plan, but of course Rage, our Ghoul Elites, are going to be scaling very well into the late game with the Leoric and the Zul'jin and the Gul'dan. This battleground often goes late, with Silence and Tomb at level 20, as well as giving Zul'jin all of that time to stack on Muradin and Stitches and the Protector. It could get out of hand, or out of pocket, if you will. Let's see how this all shakes out and get into our first game. Introducing our teams, here on the left, we've got really aggro Ghoul elites. K4K playing Gul'dan, Archangel on Zul'jin, Phase Shifter on Leoric, Lagwagon playing Anduin, and L. Grundler on Johanna. And to the right in red, we've got Out of Pocket. Orkin Beans on Tyrande, Inoculus on Vala, Yazur on Tychus, Kaki on Muradin, and Vates playing Stitches. Getting into our first wave of the game, we do have Lagwagon eating the first Sentinel of the game. That's going to be GG right there. Not actually. Looking at our level 1 talents, we've got the Echoed Corruption, Fire at Will, and Perfect Storm for Muradin. Interesting. So plenty of stacking talents to keep track of. Really aggro Ghoul elites getting the first clear on this mid wave. And we can see them rotating. Looks like they're headed to bot lane, and we've got Leoric headed to top. Not your typical laning arrangement. They might have caught Kaki out of position here. Looks like Yazur getting onto Phase Shifter there in the top lane. And checking back in on bottom, Kaki is rooted, able to get the leap out. Just enough HP, totally calculated. And this is going to give the opportunity for the Ghoul elites to get onto this wall, put a lot of damage onto this bottom fort front wall. Kaki's still very low here. If they're not careful, they could fall. Inoculus also following very low. One last auto will secure the first tower for Rage. And we've got Archangel headed over to the Sentinel camp, or I'm sorry, the turret camp, this fortification camp. A very important map mechanic. And it looks like Rage are happy to continue pushing in bot lane here. On the top side of the map, Yazur not getting the better end of the trades with Phase Shifter. Checking back in on bot. K4K really far up, eats the stun from Tyrande and the minus armor. That's going to be first blood going over to Out of Pocket. Really well played by them, an excellent rotation. A 4-hero commitment. Not bad. Kaki looking for L. Grundler there. Looks like Johanna is going to make it out without too much hassle. Another route onto Kaki there. Lagwagon's accuracy on these chastises is very strong. And these hooks are all very close. Vate's likely to be a menace on the Stitches post level 13 once that fishing hook is unlocked. Out of Pocket working on their turret camp. They'll have it for the objective, and Phase Shifter grabbing the back camp. The siege camp will push during the objective, and Out of Pocket have not responded with their own. So a little bit of a lane mismatch there as far as pressure is concerned. Level 7's still about a level away for both teams. A little bit more experience in the hands of the Ghoul elites. And it looks like that's thanks to Leoric getting a lot more of the minion XP than Tychus. And it looks like Out of Pocket are going to be the first to step on here. Inoculus trying to get a little bit of progress. Of course, Rage are here with all 5 of their heroes. And so Out of Pocket don't have much room. And that's going to give Rage our first objective channel of the game. Tychus has cleared the top lane. Hook onto Zul'jin here. Archangel very low. Yazur could get the kill here. Oh my gosh, they're able to escape. Channels the E. Inoculus falling low now. Phase Shifter able to latch on with the Drain Hope. Doing a lot of damage. Gets one big auto onto Orkin Beans, but all of Out of Pocket are able to get out with their health bars intact. A great hook onto L. Grundler. The Iron Skin coming out, able to protect Johanna just as long as they needed. But all of Out of Pocket's HP bars are down below half. It looks like this first objective channel is going to be all in favor of Rage here. A great first objective for the blue team. Level 7's online for both sides here. This is a pretty big power spike for Gul'dan's damage with the hunger for power. And it looks like we're getting a lot of damage out of the Tychus onto the Protector. Yezer, with that minigun, able to put a lot of damage onto this first objective. Kaki falling low here. Gets the peel from Orkin Beans. Another great Lunar Flare from the Tyrande player. Inoculus now down below 500 HP and basically out of mana is going to have trouble stepping up to the wave here. So about a third of mid-fort going down to the first objective, and also a full level lead, even a little bit more than a full level lead, in the hands of really aggro Ghoul elites. Orkin Beans realizes that rotation is not the friendliest place to be, is going to take the slower rotation near their fort. Stitches looks like is dueling it out in mid lane. Yezer getting onto Archangel here, trying to get Rage to back up off of this top fort. And it looks like in the bot half of the map we've got Inoculus working on that turret camp. So a little more mercenary pressure for Out of Pocket, but they are still lagging behind towards their heroics, which Rage have secured. Speaking of, it's going to be Horrify for Gul'dan. Hook narrowly missing here. Kaki jumps in, gets the Stormbolt onto Gul'dan. K4K falling low now, but it's Kaki who's going to go down with an excellent set of ultimates. There goes the Horrify. Oh my gosh, a return kill here. Yezer falling low. El Grundler almost dead. Phase Shifter gets onto the point, so it's 2 for 1. Rage able to secure it, but 2 for 1 isn't such a bad turnout for Out of Pocket when you consider they were down heroics. They have those online now. It's going to be Shadowstalk, Rain of Vengeance, Commandeer Odin, Haymaker, and Gorge. And to finish off our list, oh my gosh, Archangel taking out Orkin Beans, Inoculus unable to get the return kill. Of course, Archangel does still have Tazstingo, their heroic, available, so they weren't under any serious threat. We've also got Entomb, Light Bomb, Horrify, and Blessed Shield. So still a full level lead for Rage, and it looks like most of that differential is from the minion XP. Lots of damage going on to Vates here. Caught in the Entomb as well. Archangel wailing on them with the Amani Rage. Yezer very far from home here. I don't know that this Tychus is going to make it out alive. Archangel, oh, what a merry chase this is. Able to get a slow here, but falling low thanks to another stun from Orkin Beans. Yezer is going to make it out. Some excellent sidesteps, jukes, and jives from our Tychus player. Ooh, Inoculus falling low now. And it looks like Out of Pocket are going to get the first channel on objective point B. Murden, Kaki able to get a few percent here before Rage are able to get onto them. A lot of damage onto Joe here. She's got no Iron Skin. That's going to be her going down. Orkin Beans falling low as well. Archangel gets the Leap of Faith out. Phase Shifter standing well in front here. And it looks like Out of Pocket are able to get further channel here. Still down a talent here. We've got level 13s online, and that's a Gorge onto the Zul'jin. Archangel falls low. They're not going to make it out alive, but they might get the counter kill on Inoculus. They do. Horrify for an attempted peel. The 1-for-1 trade still going. Vala for Zul'jin. And in mid, we've got Phase Shifter working on the mid fort, able to get a lot done with that minion wave. That might go down. Checking back in on top. They're out of pocket are going to secure their first objective. Gizzer popping the Commandeer Odin for some additional siege pressure. And it looks like red team are going to get a lot of push here. Out of pocket have a fair bit of pushing power with both of these large robots at their back. Blessed Shield is available for El Grundler, and it looks like in the mid lane we had Inoculus take out Phase Shifter. Of course, I think Phase Shifter probably happy to lose the ult. That's Blessed Shield out onto Tychus. Yezer is going to go down here. So 6 kills to 5, a very even game as far as kill count is concerned. Archangel getting very aggressive here, putting a lot of hurt onto this top fort now, and I think Rage are going to secure this. That's going to be 2 full forts in their hands. A very firm structural lead, and it looks like another Gorge onto Zul'jin. Archangel getting a little too aggressive, gets the pull and the Dazdengo. Will we see a hook? Looks like we're not going to. Lots of experience evening out here for Out of Pocket. They are getting back into the swing of things with their minions. Cocky able to get some push done. A stun now onto the Muradin. These last few autos from Archangel are going to secure it. Of course, bottom fort will secure the kill onto Johanna there. And they're going to get aggressive onto Out of Pocket, knowing that they're 4-on-4 on the map. Ooh, a hook onto K4K. A great horrified peel for themselves. That's Orc and Beans to go down. Inoculus peels for themselves with the rain. Oh, what a great entomb onto Yezer. Yezer likely to go down here. Archangel goes down. Light Bomb does not connect, but that's going to give the green light for Rage to continue pushing here on this bot. They've got their level 16s in hand, another big power spike for Gul'dan. The Echoed Corruption at level 1 was completed, and now they're able to put a lot of damage onto heroes and structures alike with their Ruinous Affliction once they lock it in. It's an auto-attack build for Leoric, so they're going to look to finish stacking on minions here, ramping up that auto-attack speed. And we've got Johanna working on top lane, and the rest of Rage securing their turret camp. So a heavy inventory item advantage over for Rage, but they no longer have the talent tier advantage. Out of Pocket have found parity, and that's going to give a completed Q build for our Tychus player. Cocky getting in on the back here, doesn't know that Phase Shifter is in the brush. El Grundler doing the same. Inoculus vaults onto the point here, gets feared away. A great Shadow Stalk is going to get everybody out, but the blue team secures the objective. Cocky, caught in the entomb, is going to go down. Archangel chasing onto Orc and Beans, unable to secure the kill. And it looks like Inoculus looking for one more stun. Zul'jin able to chase as heavily as they are thanks to their level 13 Eye of Zul'jin. Basic attacks granting move speed that ramps up with each successive one. So a very aggressive talent, able to get in and out of fights. Archangel playing around that talent very well in these fights. Checking in on the bot side, we've got Out of Pocket trying to stave off this large minion wave. They're down a player here, and they've got Zul'jin running at him. He does have Dustingo available. This could be another kill onto Vates. A great entomb from Phase Shifter is going to secure another kill on Stitches there. 11 for 6. A great sidestep. Cocky jumping in now. No additional CC, however, with Johanna sitting on objective capture C. And in top lane, we've got a large wave with a camp behind it. Out of Pocket are going to lose this turret camp to that invade from Rage. And they're a level and a half behind towards their Storm talents. So they've got a lot of homework to do on the map. Kaki trying to slow down the push as best they can. But a lone Muradin does not have much to say to a bunch of ranged assassins, other than pretty please stop. Entomb is now available, so we saw Kaki use the jump there. A great turret blocks the hook from Vates. And even before the Protector arrives, bottom keep is mostly eliminated. Storm Talent's in the hands of Rage now. We've got Silence Entomb goes out and immediately capitalizes, kill onto Kaki there. Inoculus falling low on the mana department, and we've got the Protector onto the core. They are likely to secure this. Oh my gosh, that Gorge is going to mess with Archangel. Oh, and that's a kill onto the Zul'jin. This could be a defense, although with auto attack Leoric and a mostly healthy Protector, I think that's going to be all she wrote. Game 1 likely to go over 2 really aggro Ghoul elites here. Down below 10%, and that's going to do it. GG and well played to our teams. A win for really aggro Ghoul elites. A strong showing from both teams, but the hard pushing comp of Zul'jin and Gul'dan proved to be a little too much for Out of Pocket to handle. Taking a look at our post-game stats, we've got Zul'jin with 95,000 damage. Really topped out the lobby there, well above the rest of the folks in the game. Checking in on talents, nothing seriously out of the ordinary here. An auto attack build from Leoric, as mentioned. Vala opting for a W build, but of course going for Manticore at level 16. Hard to throw that talent away. Really well played to both of our teams. So we will see where we are going for our second map, but map 1 goes over to the home team, really aggro Ghoul elites. And I think something that Out of Pocket are going to have to think about in their next game is a little more wave clear from their offlaner. The offlane Muradin, though an interesting pick when dealing with potential low mobility heroes like Gul'dan, like Zul'jin, it was picked after Anduin was already on the table. And Leap of Faith, that repositioning cleanse does so much to kind of negate any value that comes out of the heroic there. So perhaps something with a little more wave clear in the offlane, something that could match Leoric in that department would help them out a lot. It would allow for them to respond to the hard pushing composition that we saw out of really aggro Ghoul elites. So we'll see how they adapt and make changes before the next game. If you're just tuning in mid-series and I have not welcomed you already, welcome back to another broadcast of the Nexus Gaming Series. Happy to have you all here cheering on these teams. As we get towards the end of the season, it's a very exciting time to see who's going to be seated where in the playoffs. There are playoff seeding implications here. Rage vying for that second seed. Alrighty. Looks like we do have a lobby link up. So we should be able to get started relatively soon. Excellent. And it looks like another map pick for Aggro Ghoul Elites. Battlefield of Eternity, a very different map from Volskaya, so interesting to see Rage opt for both map picks and different, such varied map picks. 2 lanes as opposed to 3, a lot more vision play at stake here for Battlefield of Eternity. And it looks like we've got readies on all sides, so we should be getting into Game 1, or Game 2, the draft for Game 2, shortly. Out of Pocket may be able to run their off-lane Muradin again on this map. I know I had just said that it would be great to see them grab a offlaner with a little more wave clear, but on Battlefield of Eternity, this is probably the one map where a low wave clear offlaner hurts the least, as it is only 2 waves and there aren't too many places on the battleground that you need to rotate to with haste. Ban out onto Stukov and Vala. They do not want to give Out of Pocket the opportunity to get that Q build. Monster Hunter Vala. The Zul'jin ban, not surprising after how strong a showing it had in Game 1, and a further target onto the Immortal Burn hero of Raynor. So still some safe poke. Yes, Li Ming, an excellent example of that safe objective poke. Able to do a lot of damage from a safe distance onto the Immortal. Not a surprising first pick for the map. A less decisive first round from really Aggro Ghoul Elites this time. Looks like they are going to go for the same 1-2, Johanna Anduin. Strong plays from both heroes last map. Not surprising to see them pick it up again. Likely to be comfort picks. Let's see how Out of Pocket choose to respond. If they opt for another healer and tank in this slot like last time, they will indeed. Mei and Rhaegar. Lots of zone control from Mei, which can be very useful on a map like Battlefield of Eternity, where it is so much about playing footsie and vying for ground. Further target onto Immortal Burn heroes from Rage, banning out the Artanis there, is Amateur Opponent talent at level 1. Makes him perhaps the fastest Immortal Burn that you can draft for the offlane. We'll see how Out of Pocket look to narrow the hero pool further. It's going to be a Leoric. They do not want to see Phase Shifter on that hero again. Offlane and damage still available for Rage here. Let's see how they look to burn mortal HP. It's going to be Sonya and Hanzo. Hanzo, another great example of a poke ranged hero for Immortal Burn, especially after level 4 with their Serrated Arrow talent, able to put a lot of pressure onto PvE targets with W build. Last 2 picks for Out of Pocket. It's going to be Nazeebo. Interesting. Nazeebo, not the most common pick on the map. And Varian. Of course, the question becomes, what flavor of Varian? I'm hoping for a Smash Varian, personally. because I love to hear the King of Stormwind shout at the top of his lungs. Final pick now, likely to be another damage dealer. One more ranged hero for the side of Rage. Raymane. An excellent hero for burning down immortal HP if you're able to get onto it. And so a lot of really good immortal poke on both sides, but as far as all 5 heroes on both sides hitting each immortal is concerned, I think the race advantage is over to Rage here. Of course, Nazeebo does get a decent amount of single target PvE damage out of completed Spider build. So we'll see if that's the tech pick for Out of Pocket, if that's why they chose Nazeebo for the map. Unlikely to get 175 stacks of Voodoo Ritual for that level 20 Vile Infection quest. We'll have to see how this shakes out. Go ahead and root for who you'd like to win. And let's get into game number 2. Introducing our team on the left here, we've got really aggro Ghoul elites. K4K playing Hanzo, Archangel on Greymane, Phase Shifter on Sonya, Lagwagon on Anduin, and L Grundler on Johanna. And to the right in red, we've got Out of Pocket Esports, Orc and Beans on Rhaegar, Inoculus on Li Ming, Kaki on Mei, Yazur on Varian, and Vates playing Nazeebo. Checking in on our level 1 talents, it is going to be simple geometry for Hanzo, looking to stack the W build. Johanna's still sitting in the Hall of Storms there, but it looks like she's on her way now. And it is Widowmakers, the Q quest for Nazeebo at level 1. The 5-hero commitment from Out of Pocket, a little surprising. Kaki able to pop the Cryo Freeze, but takes a lot of damage nonetheless. So early HP trade definitely in favor of Rage. A root onto the Mei. They're able to get the icing out and a stun onto K4K. High King's Quest for Varian could mean Smash. Smash is on the table. Just saying. I don't know. It could happen. Archangel down below half. Gets the heal from Lagwagon. Neither team able to secure a kill, and so unlikely to get too aggressive on this bot siege camp. Lots of damage from Inoculus going on to Archangel there. Checking in on our top lane. Yazur taking a little bit of damage here and there from Phase Shifter, but trading pretty efficiently. Of course, the lack of wave clear for Varian does make it unlikely for him to get any sort of wave priority, but as mentioned during draft, not the biggest issue. We've got really aggro Ghoul elites starting up their Shaman camp here on the left, Archangel and Lagwagon, getting this prepped for the first objective, as well as on the right side, Out of Pocket doing the same, Orc and Beans and Inoculus, making sure that their Shaman is available as well. Level 4's just around the corner for our two teams, and we wait with bated breath to see how Varian chooses to spec. It is going to be Colossus Smash. So we'll see. Yes, Yazur immediately using his power spike to get onto Phase Shifter there, prevent Sonya from feeling comfortable grabbing this top camp. And it looks like blue team are going to hold on capturing their mercenary camp, wanting to time it a little bit tighter with the objective. Out of Pocket already capturing theirs is going to give Phase Shifter an opportunity to start clearing this before the Immortals spawn. Of course, with K4K backing before the Immortals spawn, it's going to give Out of Pocket an early advantage to get damage onto the blue team Immortal here. Ilarion taking a lot of punishment from Out of Pocket. And the Shaman camp has been captured now. We'll see if Out of Pocket let it roll while they finish off the Immortal here. The minus armor from Colossus Smash does apply to the Immortal, so it's going to substantially increase the HP burn available to Out of Pocket. They've been pushed off of the Immortal pretty effectively by Rage, and that's going to give both DPS room to fall back and start wailing away on Out of Pocket's Immortal. Would love to see them step back in here. Lagwagon low on HP and mana, but Orkin Beans on the top side also low. It looks like it's going to be a close fight. Yezer opting for the kill rather than the Immortal fight, and they're still going to secure it. So Out of Pocket getting a kill onto Anduin and securing the first objective here. A big momentum shift for our red team. Yezer caught out away from his healer, is going to make it out alive. Level 7's about a half level away for both teams. We can see relatively even experience on both sides. And Rage were able to put a lot of damage onto the Immortal before it spawned in lane here, so not a lot of shield HP for Out of Pocket to work with. Kaki using their level 4 Slush Ball talent to be a little Sylvanas at home, turning off the fort, getting a little more push out of their first objective. And in top, we've got Phase Shifter pushing away. Yezer looking for additional damage, trying to push the Barbarian off. Level 7 is a large power spike for Nazeebo on that spider build. Number of corpse spiders increased if a single target is hit. That's really going to ramp up the HP burn that Nazeebo offers both in team fights and against the Immortal. A huge arcane orb landing onto both backliners of Rage. And it is the Zai's Vengeance at level 7, so Inoculus is going to be able to continue raining these arcane orbs in as long as they hit at max distance, as they have been. A lot of damage going on to Johanna here. El Grundler receiving the Leap of Faith from Lagwagon. And Inoculus is going to keep lobbing these orbs in. Doesn't get the reset that time round. Up on top lane, we've got Phase Shifter pushing away, getting a lot of damage done, but Yezer is able to push them off, putting a lot of kill pressure onto Sonya's HP pool there. Looks like we've got K4K and Archangel getting busy on this bottom siege camp. With two members of Out of Pocket working on the Shaman camp, they're not going to be able to contest level 9s on both sides here. And we've got Phase Shifter in position already, starting up the damage. Out of Pocket's Immortal taking a lot of punishment from all of really aggro Ghoul elites. El Grundler looking for a little bit of slow on that HP burn with those blinds. Sonya showing in top now, so we'll see how our teams adjust. I'd love to see Out of Pocket get aggressive here, but it looks like we've got Yezer responding, looking for the solo kill on Phase Shifter. One more auto might do it, but Sonya is able to get out alive, shedding the slow thanks to her level 4 Hurricane. It is still 5v4 here. Out of Pocket are slightly behind towards their heroics. So we'll see how really aggro Ghoul elites choose to play this. We can see in bot lane, Greymane going for a little bit of minion experience. That's going to push them over the edge towards their heroics. And they've got them now. quickly chosen. Are we going to see... Oh my gosh, K4K eating the smash, but with no heroics and no support, he's going to go down out of pocket on the complete other side of the fight. That should secure the rest of this second objective for Rage. Kaki, Vates, and Orkin Beans doing their best to slow down the race and get a few more hit points taken away. Vates gonna pop the Spirit there. Archangel getting bit by Orkin Beans, and another one. Kaki unable to finish them off with the slow. And with their heroics online, Out of Pocket are able to repulse Rage. So if they're able to finish this off, it's going to be challenging for Sonya and Johanna to get back to the Immortal in time. That is second objective in the hands of Out of Pocket. K4K able to... Oh, a great taunt! No. Gets out in time. Heroics almost available. A huge Dragon's Arrow. Will we have the leap follow-up? A full distance shield, but team is not available to follow up here. K4K caught on the wrong side of the fight, and Avalanche catches 2. This could be a kill onto El Grundler as well. Popping the Iron Skin, but that only delays the inevitable. 3 kills for Out of Pocket now, and their Immortal has been pushing in top lane the whole time. Able to take out that fort front wall. Archangel very low here. They're going to have to back up. Orkin Beans out for blood. Gets the bite in and purges offensively. Anduin able to save them using their Desperate Pair at level 7. Orkin Beans does not like this Gilnean. Continues to bite in on Archangel there. And first fort of the game going over to Out of Pocket. They've got more experience thanks to their hero kills. They're going to start building up more passive experience thanks to that fort going down. They are ahead to level 13s. Looks like we're going to have a full collapse onto the bot lane, though. Really, Aggro Ghoul elites do not like this Varian. They're going to use 2 ultimates to secure the kill, both the leap and the Dragon's Arrow being used to take out the King of Stormwind. Of course, Out of Pocket have been picking up mercenary camps, both the Shaman and the Khazra for the top lane. That's going to keep Sonya occupied and from joining up for this push in bot lane. A great wall catches 2, but the Leap of Faith from Lagwagon gets Archangel out of trouble. Level 13s on both sides here. And it looks like Inoculus has opted for the Glass Cannon at level 13. It will make them a lot more vulnerable to a dive from Greymane, but they're able to put a lot of pressure with these constant orbs. Johanna alone trying to slow down this push as much as possible. There's the Light Bomb onto Kaki and Orkin Beans, but they're able to get out without too much hassle. And it looks like it's Mortal Strike at level 13 for Yezer. A common tech pick into Johanna is to see the shield breaking talent to disable her unstoppable. But this bot camp is still rolling for Rage. I'm hoping that Out of Pocket are able to act decisively here. Vates caught alone, able to peel for themselves, but it's not going to stop the leap from Sonya. Orkin Beans misclicks with the heroic. The snowball catches 4, but unfortunately there's no damage follow-up. Nazeebo is going to fall there. A stun out onto the Johanna. Does still have Iron Skin, likely to survive here. Phase Shifter eating the Colossus Smash. Li Ming looking for the reset, unable to secure it there. And it looks like the camp in bottom has taken care of itself. Very low on resources on both sides. Inoculus able to get a little more poke here. And if Yes Sir can step up and get that Colossus Smash, it looks like Out of Pocket with no mana is going to have to back up here. Inoculus choosing to Hearth. Not going to get interrupted here. Vates taking a lot of punishment from Out of Pocket again. K4K, though, able to escape with the natural agility. Yes Sir goes down with another leap from Phase Shifter. These leaps from Phase Shifter have been huge. Narrow miss from K4K on the Dragon's Arrow. Likely the first objective to go in favor of the home team here. Cocktail build for Greymane is going to be completed. Johanna goes down. Archangel looking for the kill onto Vates with Go for the Throat. But really just trying to buy more space for the team to finish off that Immortal. Really aggro Ghoul elites able to secure it there. This is likely to help balance the structure mismatch that they've been fighting. I'm gonna guess this gets at least keep front wall. But with a 5-hero commitment to the defense, Out of Pocket might be able to burn this down pretty quickly. Yezer still has the Colossus Smash available. Perhaps, yeah, they're gonna use it here. And with all of the damage amplification from that armor shred, the Immortal doesn't even get through the fort. That is a great defense for Out of Pocket. They're looking very comfortable on this map. 4-on-4 here, but Cocky taking a lot of damage. Heroics up for all sides. A Purge goes out, and they're able to zone away Out of Pocket. So bottom camp going over to Rage once again. We'll see how much push they're able to get with this camp in their hands. Of course, Sonya having to recall from top lane means that Varian will likely... Oh my gosh, the Blessed Shield, but oh! Narrowly missing with the Ancestral. K4K able to get it with one... Oh my gosh, so low! Inoculus almost turning it around there. And that's the Dragon's Arrow, and another root! Lagwagon's roots are nuts. Able to secure another kill onto Mei there, and that's going to be the bottom fort going over to Rage. So even structurally now. And Mei won't respawn until... Oh, K4K scouts Yezer. The leap in from Phase Shifter is going to secure the kill. Another kill going over to Rage. 7-4 the kill count now, and these late game kills are buying a lot of space and time for Rage to position aggressively and burn Immortal HP. They're set up to do just that. Archangel and K4K in position to start wailing away at this. And it looks like it's Executioner at 16 for Archangel. I know there are plenty of folks that opt for the Eager Wolf for that attack rate increase. And that is the halftime show triggered. 50% of Out of Pocket's Immortal HP already burned away. It isn't even talent tier though. So we're going to see how Out of Pocket respond. All 5 heroes are up. A great Dragon's Arrow lands onto Orkin Beans. The El Grundler falling low here is going to go down. A great stun from Mei gets Lagwagon. Yezer takes out Varian takes out Hanzo. Phase Shifter able to leap out. 3-0 there after what looked like a very decisive leap and Dragon's Arrow engagement. Of course, Rage does still have a decent amount of objective burn up with Archangel on Greymane, but they do not feel safe to step up. They're hard to blame them. Inoculus got to be a little bit more careful with their HP. And it looks like Archangel is able to get onto the top camp and start this up. Out of Pocket are responding here. Phase Shifter eats a lot of damage from Yezer, takes another slow. And another slow. That's going to secure the kill. Archangel is going to make it out alive. So Out of Pocket will have to split up if they want to protect that top fort. It looks like Mei will rotate down after helping Varian clear a little bit of that, but that means it's 3 on 4 here in the bot lane. Out of Pocket do have an Immortal behind them, but it's going to be difficult for them to step up comfortably without their front line here. Still 50% HP and a lot of damage from this Li Ming. That level 16 Arcane Orbit really amping up the pressure that Li Ming can put on. There's the Blessed Shield. A great Ancestral lands onto the Nazeebo there. And it looks like about 2/3 of this bottom keep are going to fall. And on the top side, a large wave is pushing into that top keep. Of course, top keep has taken a lot of pressure throughout the game due to the catapult pressure in that lane. Out of Pocket have their Storm talents now. The big one in the hands of Kaki, completing the full Q build, able to shut off structures, has 2 charges of the blind. Really a solid response for the Greymane. Surprised that Out of Pocket aren't going for a 5-on-5 with their Storm talent advantage. Looks like Kaki... Oh, what a huge Dragon's Arrow that was. Vates falling low here, gets leapt, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Nazeebo player. Rage recognizing that not all of Out of Pocket were here to defend the Nazeebo. A great decisive engagements, not concerned that they were down Storm talents. Really smart play from the home team. With a catapult at their back, they may look to secure this keep. Light Bomb out for Peel just in case is going to get Elgrundler out. Archangel still slowed and in a rough spot. Lagwagon does have a Leap of Faith available if needed, but it looks like the rest of Rage will get out without too much trouble. The top wave is pushing heavily onto the side of Rage, but with only one catapult behind it, it's not going to get too much done. Likely to not even get through the shielding before that catapult gets cleared. Nazeebo has respawned. We are 5v5, and Annihilating Spirit is going to do a lot to shut down the healing output from Lagwagon. A double Blessed Shield. Elgrundler the target now. That's the level 20 popped for them. A leap out onto Vates. Able to get the stasis, but the Ancestral is not going to be in time. K4K falling low. Yezer able to secure the kill. Inoculus able to rain in all sorts of damage from the far side of this fight. Yezer is falling low, but Phase Shifter is as well. The Ancestral goes off. The camp has been pushing onto the core of Rage. I would love to see Out of Pocket skip the Immortal and go straight to core with this 5-hero wipe. They are going to do just that. A decisive teamfight win with their Storm talents in hand, trading 5 for 1, and that's going to secure Game 2 for Out of Pocket. GG and well played to them. And it's looking like a Game 3. Everyone's favorite outcome. More HOTS. A really strong showing from Out of Pocket there. Able to clutch it out in the end with that team fight. Li Ming raining in so much damage. Checking in on our stats. Stats? Hello? Well, that's peculiar. Where are my stats? There we go. And we can see it there, 97,000 damage. That is a very similar number to Archangel last game. Super well played by them. Checking in on the builds. Once again, we had that full Arcane Orb build with Zai's Vengeance and Arcane Orbit. Really able to pump out the damage throughput. Vates was no slouch either, doing well to land those spiders where they needed to. Some strong engagements between the Leap and Blessed Shield, but in the end, Out of Pocket is able to secure it. So we get a third game in the series. Of course, no domination for Rage means that they, I don't believe, are able to change their seeding for the playoffs. If I'm remembering the seeding correctly, taking a look back at the standings. Standings? Right, so they can score a total of 5 more points. So I don't think that they can unseat Community Pizza. But still, they are, I'm sure, looking for a win. It would be not much fun if we weren't playing to win. Check in here to see if we've got another lobby set up. And it looks like we do. Excellent. And we are headed to Braxis Holdout. Another map pick from really Aggro Ghoul Elites. A exciting one, not one that we see a whole lot here in NGS. There is a lot of distaste for this map from a lot of our community, and so it is the frequent target of bans, but it is a very interesting and creative map in an organized setting because it allows for a lot of rotational play. So I'll be interested to see how Rage and Out of Pocket approach the game. If it's your classic 4 in bot, 1 on top, or if we do see a lot more rotations, picks like Genji and Falstad, globals become very tough to deal with on this map if you don't have any. So let's get into our draft for Game 3. An exciting series. And we'll see how the bans adjust now. I don't know if Out of Pocket are gonna feel comfortable with any of the heroes that they saw on the other side from Game 2. Phase Shifter's Sonya did seem to be kind of a menace, and Sonya fares pretty well in the top, anchoring a lane. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Out of Pocket look for a Sonya ban. Perhaps not in this first round, but it's going to be the Zul'jin ban, of course. We've already seen Archangel terrorize Out of Pocket with that pick, and this is a map where he has ample opportunities to stack. Pass me over the water bottle. Rexxar, the response from Rage. Rexxar is, I would say, the king of Braxis. His ability to both contest the capture point and clear waves simultaneously gives him a huge advantage. And Johanna, trying to get a different look out of El Grundler there. They've played the Crusader very well. Brightwing, once again, focus on that global. Stukov first pick instant lock for Out of Pocket. The first time the Admiral has gotten through these couple drafts, or these first bans. I imagine it is a specialty of Orc and Beans. Oh, it's picking away the May this time. And Junkrat. Junkrat, a solid hero for the map. All of the point control available to him via his Steel Trap and Concussive Mine. Next two picks here for Out of Pocket. We're going to see a tank and likely a DPS here. Trying to hold... Yeah, it's going to be the Vala pick. Looking to hold their offlaner till as late as possible. Of course, Rage do have the opportunity to last pick their offlaner and counter whatever they see on the other side. And we may see a ban onto the Varian here. It was very effective. It's going to be the Gul'dan ban instead. Gul'dan, another great hero to stack up and scale up on Braxis with how much fighting goes on over these capture points. Also a very strong hero for clearing an enemy Zerg wave. Anduin ban there. Out of Pocket are tired of the same old, same old. They want to see Lagwagon play something else. Can't say I blame them. Likely to be a healer and DPS pick here. I would love to see a strong auto attacker picked up. Could be the Greymane again to pressure that Anubarak HP pool. And it is going to be just that, Greymane locked in, as well as the Rhaegar. Puppy Power, the doggy duo, and it's going to be Leoric Nazeebo. Both scaling heroes. We'll see how they fare on this earlier game map. Malthael, going to be the pick there. Definitely going to be challenging for Leoric to contend with. So let's take a look at these drafts now. On the side of Rage, they've got a lot of zone control with Junkrat and a lot of point staying power with May. Anubarak is not going to offer as much staying power on that bottom pad. Of course, Vala offers a lot of pressure onto any frontliner, so there's no real damage follow-up for a Nubarak dive, though. So it's going to be, I think, on Orc and Beans to make sure that they're able to land the slow on as follow-up for Anubarak to try and keep that target locked down and give Nazeebo and Vala the opportunity to get onto the target. And of course, in top lane, Leoric and Malthael is a challenging lane for Leoric, but one that you can manage if you manage to always land your Drain Hope. So we'll see how it shakes out. Let's get into it. Game 3 here. Introducing our teams for the last time. Here on the left, we've got really aggro Ghoul elites, K4K on Junkrat, Archangel on Greymane, Phase Shifter on Malthael, Lagwagon on Rhaegar, and El Grundler playing May. And to the right, in red, we've got Out of Pocket. Orc and Beans on Leoric, Kaki on Anubarak, Yezer on Vala, Vates on Nazeebo, and Great One on Stukov. So a little bit of a roster shift there that I did not note during draft. Checking in on our level 1 talents, it's Regen Master for Anubarak, trying to pick up as many globes as they can. And Q build for both Nazeebo and Vala, Widowmakers, and Puncturing Arrow. Lots of vision play and vying for Great One. Ooh, yeah, they rooted themselves. Cocky able to get on the back here. Do they have any aggression to put onto blue team? Looks like they don't. I do like how Cocky is playing out of vision here, but they're taking a little bit too much punishment. Archangel going to secure first blood for Rage. And that damage that Greymane applies to Anub'arak is going to be challenging for the Beetle to deal with. Checking in on top lane, Orkin Beans eating a lot of punishment from Phase Shifter. That percent damage of the Reaper's Mark trait going to do a lot to push out the Bone King. And it looks like a 4v4 and 1v1 is the setup that our teams are likely to continue opting for. Yezer and Bates staying down here. Great One able to secure first objective channel, but El Grundler gets on point. Cocky able to push the Mei away. Of course, now that the siege camp has been secured for Rage, there's a lot of lane pressure onto Out of Pocket there. El Grundler boops Cocky away, who burrow charges in. They do not have their escape mobility now. Archangel gets onto Great One here. They do fall very low. Lots of damage from Yezer. But they're able to secure that bottom point nonetheless. Zerg wave progress over to the side of Out of Pocket. Here in top lane, Orkin Beans taking so much punishment from Malthael. And it looks like Vates is going to rotate up to try and even the pressure out. Phase Shifter, seeing that Nazeebo has joined, is going to play it safe. Back on bot lane. All of the wave clear and siege pressure, and there goes Cocky. Yeah, Rage are able to start wailing away at bot fort wall here. Vates and Orkin Beans lose the 2v1 to Phase Shifter. It's going to give Malthael the opportunity to secure further Zerg progress for really aggro Ghoul elites. And with their siege progress in bot already started, I imagine this first wave could take out the first fort. Especially, oh, Yezer goes down to Archangel. Great aggression from the Greymane player. Archangel really understanding the limits, both on the Zul'jin and the Greymane. Stepping up and walking that razor's edge. No burrow charge for Cocky, and very little wave clear available for Out of Pocket. It's going to be a tough defense. El Grundler looking for the stun, takes tower aggro, but they still had their cryo freeze available. They're going to get out. Great One booped away by K4K using that concussive blast. Level 7's just around the corner for really aggro Ghoul elites, and still a very healthy Zerg wave. Cocky falling very low, gonna have to burrow charge out to safety. And it looks like bot keep wall could go down here. Level 7's in their hands. It looks like Rage are gonna opt to back off. They're out of mana. They don't want to overextend. And that's gonna give Out of Pocket the opportunity to finish off the Zerg wave before it finishes off their bottom keep wall. A huge first objective phase for Rage. Orkin Beans exceptionally low. I think this is a really sketchy place for them to be. Yeah, Phase Shifter is going to get the kill here. There it is. 4 for nothing on the kill count. Yeah, this is a very comfortable map play for Rage. They definitely understand their counter pick opportunities, and Phase Shifter is playing it very well in top. About a level lead in their favor. And Rage has that thanks to their hero kills primarily. Looks like Orkin Beans is going to go down again. a full rotation here. A boop onto Vates. Oh, this Nazebo is going to die. Phase Shifter falling low, but able to get out. 3 kills again over to the side of Rage. That's going to give them the opportunity to push with what remains of their camp, get a lot of damage onto the top fort front wall. It's going to make it even harder for Orc and Beans to stand and deliver with this Malthael. Another boop. They do still have their Wraithwalk. They're going to be able to escape and tap, but with no range damage available to out of pocket, it is tough for them to slow down this siege. Checking in on bot lane, we've got Kaki pushing against Phase Shifter there. Heroics are online, and so Phase Shifter is looking for the kill onto Kaki. They do have last rites. This is gonna be another kill for Phase Shifter. Malthael looking like a true menace to the sides of Out of Pocket. Still about a level and a hair of experience away from Heroics. Out of Pocket are going to have to play an outnumbered set here in the bottom, sending Yezer and Orc and Beans, perhaps hoping that they will fare better than Vates and Orc and Beans did. Looks like we've got a great invade from Rage. Kaki does still have the Burrow Charge available to escape. Looks like El Grundler is not interested in trying to avalanche them to death. Archangel goes in, but Kaki able to escape. This Riptire isn't going to secure the kill. Kaki doing a great job to draw as many cooldowns as possible. Of course, they still don't have their heroics, so it's challenging for them to defend this, especially 3v4. In bot lane, Orc and Beans and Yezer are able to push, but I don't know that they're pushing at the same rate as K4K and Archangel, frankly. And with Phase Shifter responding, a Last Rites is going to secure another kill onto Leoric. Kaki able to secure some objective progress here. They're likely to go down, though. Yeah, that's it for the Beetle. Orc and Beans is going to respawn here. Oh, a great icing in. Catches 2. Great one booped away from K4K. And in bot lane, all the while, Phase Shifter gets a kill. Wow. Phase Shifter is really cleaning up on this Malthael. Orc and Beans trying to dissuade Archangel from slapping the fort with his paws. But the objective keeps ticking. Level 13s are in the hands of Rage. It's rather one-sided, and this is the challenge of Braxis, the one-sided nature of the affair. Kaki gonna go down here. Another kill onto a Nubarak. Last Rites is available. Ooh, great swipes from Great One, able to knock K4K out of the Riptire there. About 30 seconds away from Avalanche. Orc and Beans is going to die again. Zerg taking him out this time. Phase Shifter not here to get another Last Rites stack because they are dealing with the objective in bot lane instead. Vate's trying to slow them down using that Ravenous Spirit. Onto Archangel is going to secure the kill. Really well played, understanding that the Greymane had stepped too far up. So, top fort and keep front wall go down, but Out of Pocket are able to secure their first kill. And Phase Shifter has pushed deep into bot lane now. Able to get the catapult onto bottom keep. Get some structure damage there as well. About a half level away from their level 13s. Out of Pocket don't know what they're going to find here. Orc and Beans and Vates get in. Cocky Burrow charges in, but it is 4v3. Yeah, K4K going to use the Riptire here. Not going to secure a kill, but they do finish off the camp invade. Rage, understanding that the map pressure is all on red team's side, are going to continue invading. Frankly, I think if enough of Out of Pocket show, we could have Rage start boss. I don't know that they will. Boss is a notorious throw pit. And when you're ahead, why would you go into a throw pit? But, alright, even talent tiers now for Out of Pocket. Perhaps they will look for an even talent tier fight. I would love to see them clear this top objective and then start boss themselves. They're not going to be able to secure it, but they do want to start this fight. Really aggro Ghoul Elites going to press the issue themselves. Orc and Beans is able to scout it out for Out of Pocket, but a very slow rotation from the rest of red team. 3-man Avalanche is going to secure the boss. Oof. This is tough for Out of Pocket. Looks like boss is going to go towards top lane along with this camp. Objective spawning in 15 seconds. A talent tier lead 3 levels away. Out of Pocket are in desperate position here. El Grundler looking for another slow, a stun on the Great One here, but it looks like they are trying to play it safe, grab the objective, and once the objective is secure, they'll start pushing up here. Great One able to squeak past that Blizzard. Lots of damage onto boss here. Orc and Beans falling low. We've got another Riptire out. The swipes from Great One are able to fend off that heroic. And in bot, the siege camp and the catapult able to secure it. Orc and Beans narrowly misses with that entomb. They would have loved to get a kill there. So still half of a keep in top, but no keep in bottom, and that's where Rage's Zerg are coming from. I don't know if Vala and Nazebo offer enough wave clear to really secure this wave. And they're not going to have an opportunity to soak 16 either. This is a rough one for Out of Pocket. It's going to be a heroic effort from them if they fend off this push from Rage. K4K fishing again with a huge slow out from the Earthgrasp totem. Ice Block comes out from Nazebo, but not in time. That's going to be a kill. Ancestral out onto Archangel. Flailing swipes from Great One, but there's still so much Zerg left. Their Nazebo is dead. Their Vala is low. Out of Pocket. Lose another. That's going to be another kill onto Anubarak, and that's going to be a kill onto the core. GG and well played to the home team. Rage takes it in 3. A nail-biter of a series. Game 1 going over to Rage. That first map looking pretty convincing from them. But the map pick for Game 2 did not go in their favor. Surprising to me as they opted for the map pick for Game 1, so I kind of expected them to feel very comfortable on all maps that they picked. But we wouldn't have a series if it wasn't a 3-game series, right? Taking a look at our post-game stats, the biggest story here is the Phase Shifter experience compared to the Orc and Beans experience. 3 levels don't come out of nowhere. So Malthael able to best Leoric is going to account for a lot of that deficit. Showing off our builds here. And we will see if I can get a hold of the team for a post-game interview here. Really aggro. What else can we say but Division E is a blast? I think it's great to see all of these folks getting involved. You don't have to be a top-tier player to be a NGS player. And it looks like we are going to have an interview shortly. I'm just going to swap over to my interview scene so everyone can hear you. Hello, hello. Welcome. I can't seem to hear you. So let me check my voice and video settings. K4K, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me now?
I can, yes. Excellent. GG's, well played.
Thanks.
Opting for map pick in game 1, tell me a little bit about the decision-making that goes into your team's approach to map pick or first pick.
It usually comes down to how we scout, and then we kind of just go from there. You know, we watch replays and stuff like that. So that's really depends on if we want first pick or map pick normally.
Gotcha. So it was more of a tech pick into out of pocket rather than your standard go-to approach.
Yeah.
Nice. Game 2, another map pick for y'all. After game 1, I was pretty convinced that game 2 was going to be one-sided as well. You guys looked very clean on Volskaya with great push and great rotations between the Zul'jin pick and the Gul'dan pick. But as it turned out of pocket was able to come back with some spice of their own. The Smash Varian was of particular interest to me. Is that something that you guys had seen in your scouting report, knew to expect?
We weren't sure if they were gonna go to Smash Varian. Like on our end, it was mainly the Li Ming too as well. Just those orbs constantly getting in our face.
Definitely. Yeah, that was a lot of HP pressure from Li Ming, a lot of solid poke from them. There were lots of fight wins on both sides. I mean, phase shifters, leaps were really awesome, as well as some pretty big Dragon's Arrows. But in the end, that last hectic team fight went over to out of pocket. They were able to clean you guys up, which of course, I think for me and the audience, is our preferred outcome. I can understand if you wanted a 2-0, but we got to see you guys play more HOTS, which is always a pleasure. Game 3, how were you guys feeling getting into the game? Is it easy for you guys to shake off a loss, say it's no big deal, we'll get them next time? You know, what was morale like getting into that third game?
We usually don't get too tilted at all. We usually just, like you said, just try to make the adjustments, talk to each other, figure out like, hey, we need to be doing this better, or, you know, if it's calling out ults or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Or just checking, you know, mana HP bars, making sure we're all ready to go.
Absolutely. And Braxis is, for me, not a terribly common pick, and it's one that you guys looked very comfortable on. I am always curious to hear what your offlaner feels about Braxis. I play offlane and don't like that map, and don't like it when teams play it, because I don't know, I get anxiety about dueling, but it looked like Phase Shifter was very comfortable.
Yeah, he was. He just wanted to make sure, he's like, just make sure you ban Rexar, whatever you ban, please.
Oh, absolutely. That hero's a menace. And you have... That hero's a menace, and anyone who can play that hero, as far as I'm concerned, is a genius. Controlling multiple units simultaneously? No.
Yeah, that, like, Vikings, Abathur, I'm with you there.
Yeah, couldn't do it. Wouldn't be me. Alright, so 2-1. Do you know how this affects your seeding for playoffs? Because you guys are already locked in for playoffs, if I'm correct.
I think so. I do think we have to beat Dragon Ghoul next week to continue to stay in.
For
I
the
don't
double
know.
for the double round robin,
Yeah.
it's top 4 teams make it?
Okay.
Is that so?
I believe you're correct, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're currently in 3rd. You just got 2 more points. I think you guys are pretty much locked in.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're able to overtake Community Pizza for the 2nd seed at this point.
No, we had to beat them, I think, during our flex match last week.
Gotcha. Are you guys looking forward to playoffs?
Yes, we are looking forward to trying to beat Community Pizza. We felt like the last time we played them, we just made a few little mistakes here and there and miscommunications, and so we're looking forward to playing them again.
Very cool. That's awesome. All right, I'm not going to hold you here any longer. Before I let you go back and celebrate with your team, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I'd like to thank my subs. They've been really clutch for us this season. We had to make some adjustments on the main roster, and they've been coming through for me every time I ask them, so... And I'd like to give a shout out to you for casting our game tonight.
Thank you.
And
awesome.
That's all I got.
Excellent. I'll let you get out of here. Thank you for the interview, K4K. Well played this evening. And so that is going to do it for this Division E series. A real nail-biter, definitely one that I am glad we all got to tune in for. Exciting play out of Pocket. That Varian pick in Game 2 ended up being the secret sauce they needed. But in the end, Rage were able to get a decisive win on Braxis, able to apply a lot of pressure to the offlane. Phase Shifter, probably my MVP for the series, on the side of Rage. Before I get out of here, I've got shoutouts of my own to give. First and foremost, to you all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting these teams. It's always great to have folks check in and root teams on. I also want to give a shout out to all of the artists and programmers who contribute assets and art and software to the stream. It wouldn't look anything like it does without all of their hard work. You can check out links to their websites below the video here, or stick around for a credit roll after I sign off. And stick around as well, as I will be looking for another NGS caster to raid for more HOTS this evening. That's going to do it for me. Until next time, good luck, have fun, peace, and love.